Welcome back to IGN Live from Gamescom. It's time to take a look at some planes, trains, and automobiles. Actually, I don't know if there are trains in The Crew 2.
No. Trains confirmed. No, we can't do that.
The Crew 2 has a lot of vehicles,
Yeah.
but no trains.
No trains.
But
no
cars, planes, motorcycles.
Boats.
Boats even, yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, the game is The Crew 2, and you guys just announced the release date. It's out March 16th now.
March 16th, exactly.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a lot of beta phases coming before the release.
Oh, cool.
You know, because we love the community. This kind of plane, right?
Yeah, we're looking at the game here.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is a big change, a big difference from the first game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a sign of a really awesome reveal trailer in that we didn't know what franchise this was when we first saw it. We saw cars driving around and then we see airplanes flying and I'm like, wait, what? The Crew? Like now you've taken this core idea that was in the original game and you've expanded it to vehicles. They're not necessarily transforming. So I guess my first question is, how does all of this sort of come together?
It's really based on the players' feedback. You know, we had a huge success with the Crew 1. A lot of players, like I think more than 12 million players played the Crew 1. And we really took the time to discuss with them, understand what they wanted to have in the next installment in the franchise. And they wanted freedom. This is exactly what they wanted. So we said, okay, we'll give you toys, new toys, and a huge world, the full USA, completely revamped for those new toys. Like these kind of rivers didn't exist in the Crew 1. So we created them just for the purpose of having fun with boats, you know. And they really wanted to have this kind of open access to the content. So we created that. We made this kind of crazy feature that you can fly, so switch to a boat, switch to a car on the fly like that. And so far, so good. I mean, the reaction from the players, even the hardcore players from the Crew 1, they're just like, oh my God, I love it. I love it so much. You made all those changes and that still feel like the Crew.
It looks awesome. And I think by calling them toys, it sort of gives you the opportunity to be completely creative and kind of go insane with it. Because I had a question for you sort of from a scientific perspective, such as how? Like, how does a car turn into the plane? But you don't have to explain that to me because it's like, it's a toy. So
it's
just
magic,
throw it out there.
man.
Yeah, Brian, I know you're a well-trained scientist, but you need to leave your the scientific part of your brain to the side here. We're playing The Crew 2.
Is there some sort of vehicular metamorphosis? Is there a cocoon? I have many questions for you.
The cocoon, yeah.
We use the RPG system as a metaphor, you know. So
perfect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You want to have that kind of class or that kind of class? No. So we call them disciplines. So we have different type of disciplines inside of the game, and they're really here to, you know, support your play style. So if you're more like a pro racing guy, you want the perfect line, you want to beat the best score in the world, you're gonna have some disciplines just for you. You want to have this kind of game, like the motocross that we are revealing here at Gamescom. You can have your fun here. So it's completely different kind of gameplay, different kind of vehicles, and maybe you're gonna love this. And maybe the next day you want to do something completely different, more street racing. This is the heart of the Crew 2. We really wanted to have that huge variety and really fits all kind of play styles in our community.
So you want to give players this sense of freedom, allow them to travel wherever they want, however they want. But there's also some structure to the game, right? Like this is a race.
Yeah.
And I imagine you can't turn into a plane right now to win the race.
Not always,
right.
okay.
Yeah.
You can
need
turn
to get
into a
some
boat
trucks
and lose the race.
If that's your kind of fun, why not? You can be the best loser ever by turning into a boat. Why not? No.
Boats only mode.
We really created this kind of you know, championship, constant championship happening in the game, and so the families always bring you this kind of challenges. So we have the street racing family, off-road family, pro racing family, and freestyle, and you know, it's kind of a story mode, but much lighter than compared to the Crew 1. Really supporting you in your activities, giving you challenges, and make you discover this kind of crazy-looking new vehicles. So here it's a drift vehicle that we are also introducing as a reveal during Gamescom. Completely changed the way we did it compared to the Crew 1. Now you're in New York City, in Manhattan, and just drifting in the middle of the park because,
like you do,
it's cool.
Because you can. There's no cops in this game, right?
Exactly. Remove them up.
But there are hot dog carts, which is good. That's very authentic New York City touch right there.
Right.
Well, it's got to be said, this is a very pretty game.
Yeah.
Man, this game looks good.
I was going to ask you guys about sort of like HDR. I feel like there's a lot of that going on here.
We changed a lot of things compared to the Crew 1 regarding the engine. Would it be on the rendering? Would it be on lighting? Also on physics, we changed a lot of things. So now the handling of the vehicles is completely different. And when we present that to fans of the franchise, they're just like, I can't go back to the Crew 1 now. I just want to play that one right now. It's so much better. You know?
I think E3 is beating us in a race right now. That's unfair. This is Gamescom. We
Yeah.
should be dominating this race.
E3 should be in our rear view mirror.
Exactly. So how did you decide which real-world locations you wanted to bring in this? Obviously, New York City is a fantastic one, but the idea of taking you kind of off the streets and bringing you into Central Park is kind of a unique perspective on New York.
So we basically, you know, in the Crew 1, we had the entire USA already created in the game, and we decided to stay in the USA because that's the heart of Motor Nation. This is where everything comes from, and that's the best playground ever. We cannot imagine a better location for that. So we took the liberty to say, okay, maybe New York City will not look exactly the same as the real New York City. Maybe we'll have jumps to go on rooftops with the cars because it's fun, you know.
Sure.
Maybe we can do drift in the park. Maybe we can have like this Alpha Grand Prix race very close to New York. Even if that doesn't exist, it's okay. It makes sense for the players. So we will adapt the world based to this kind of experience we want to create.
I think a lot of gamers expect, you know, the locations where they live, the cities they're from, to translate really well to video game locations, but it doesn't always work that way. Like, New York City is not designed, it's a grid. It's not really designed to be fun, it's designed to sit in traffic and eat hot dogs.
Yeah.
But here, you know, you get to turn that on its head and kind of create ramps in the middle of Central Park.
So we created shortcuts, we destroyed some buildings that we had from the Crew 1 saying, oh, now we want to have a shortcut that makes more sense for the player, makes more sense as a fun factor. And we did it. We just exploded New York City a couple of times. Because that's cool, you know.
Why not?
So we've got all these fun toys, we've got this freedom, but like, what's our overall goal? What are we trying to accomplish in this game?
So it's really about you as a competitor. So you want to be the best in your family, in your discipline. So you're gonna have a support from, you know, NPC giving you some quests and trying to give you some hints about how to be better at your game.
Okay.
But also you're gonna explore the world and discover the huge variety that we have in the game. Have some, you know, some Easter eggs here and there. Discover new tricks to do, and using the different kind of vehicles, you know, switching from one to the other. You can do some quite crazy combination.
Sure.
When you get to this kind of crazy score, because we are recording everything, then you can share it. You can create this kind of highlight for the community and say, try to beat me, guys.
Are there any modes for, say, like more of kind of like a sandboxy approach if you just kind of want to like hang out? You know, drive a boat around, fly a plane
It's really
around.
up to you. You have that story mode that is there for you. If you don't want to play any kind of those missions, you can just enjoy the ride. Actually, you know, just doing free drive will earn you what we call fame points and will help you progress into the game. So if you want to do no story mission at all, you can still progress in the game, access the content, and still discover a lot of the disciplines. If you want to play with planes only for your whole life in the Crew 2, go for it, man. Have fun.
So how do you design like a race course for planes? Like, how does that work? Because when you're on the ground, it makes sense. You know, there's markers. There's even on a boat. You know, it's like you're funneled through this area. But with an airplane, like, how do you stop a cheater from just making a right and driving and flying to the end?
You get some gates, basically. So we have different kind of events for the plane. So some are races where you need to go through different gates. Some are more like acrobatics when you need to be at a certain position, a certain angle, a certain point. So it's really trying to get you to this kind of crazy feeling of you need to be the best at piloting your vehicle. So that's a replay system.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Tell us about this.
Because we know that the players want to share their crazy looking stuff that they're doing. And so we created that live replay system that tracks the 10 minutes, the last 10 minutes for you. You can either press one button and create a video for you that is automatically generated. And so you share that on YouTube, on whatever you want. Or you can edit it, put the right camera you want at the right time, do some edits in the game, and everything is in the game. And so at the end, that's going to be your video that you can share with everyone. We're going to have a lot of things to discover about that. That's pretty cool.
So you can put together this sort of like highlight reel of all the awesome stuff you've done.
Exactly.
And then cut it together right in the game and export it.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
that's
that's
awesome.
the perfect example of what you can do also with this kind of vehicle. So you see the motocross in kind of playgrounds, having fun, jumping, etc.
He's fine.
But
Totally
if
fine.
you want to go in the streets with your motocross, why not? It's just like, have fun, guys.
I'm very worried about this man. He's incredibly reckless right now. And the roads are wet. This is not a good sign.
He's wearing a helmet though.
Oh, sure. That'll
Security first, man. Yeah.
how does this work with other like multiplayer?
Oh, so it's the heart of the franchise. You know,
Yeah.
we call them the crew. So
Yep.
obviously
Right
we
there
are
in the title.
It's not
always
called The
online,
Guy.
always multiplayer. If you want to play solo, all the activities are okay. You can do everything solo. If you want to play online, you gotta always have someone around you, engage with them, form a crew, and then have fun with other players.
What's this guy?
He's just hanging
Yeah,
out.
he's just
Just
Yeah, it's
taking
like
it all in.
taking the
you know,
pose and
just showing off.
Well, you
What
men-
if, yeah, were you
you
saying-
mentioned plans for a beta,
Yeah.
upcoming beta, closed beta. Can you be more specific?
yes and
Oh,
no.
Yes and
So
no.
yes,
Give us
so
the yes part. At
The,
least.
the yes part is that we already opened the registration for the beta, so
Okay.
you can sign up on the website, and we already have a lot of players who sign up. So we're super proud and super happy for the community. And then we are announcing the first phases. So that's not me playing, right?
That's not you.
I'm much better than that.
Probably
seriously.
me. That's probably how I would do it.
And the phases, the beta phases are coming next in the next couple of weeks. So we're gonna have more details
So
on
not
that.
too long.
Now, how about like sort of customization options for the vehicles? We saw that guy on his motorcycle there. You know, he's
Yeah.
wearing some cool outfits. Can I kind of deck out my helmet to look differently? So when I do that pose, I just look amazing for everyone.
I can't talk more about that. We still have a lot of things to discuss about the Crew 2. We are launching on March the 16th, you know, so it's still we still have a couple of months ahead of us to continue to finalize the game, and so some stuff like that. It's kind of our
You
hidden
can
gems.
hold your secrets close to your chest. It's all right.
But you can expect much more than the Crew 1. The Crew 1, we had that kind of, already pre-made customization that was for you, so you can change from this kind of vehicle to this kind, but that was kind of pre-made. We are getting much further.
Now, how about different sort of like conditions that you can apply to a tracks? Nighttime, rain,
Yeah.
snow. That's a big problem in New York City.
So we have a fully dynamic weather system that's coming in the game. Right now in the demo that you see, we have wonderful sunny weather because it's gorgeous, you know, to make some video for Gamescom, you know.
Sure.
But we have a full weather system coming with the game that is changing dynamically, so you need to adapt also to be sure that if you are doing a race and now it's turning as a rain, well, maybe you should turn to a plane because that's going to be better for you, and then, you know, it's really up to you to do to find the perfect path to the victory.
And we just saw that players do have the option of flying upside down the entire time, like insane people. That's fun. That's an extra challenging difficulty you can add.
It's working actually quite well.
I get worried every time I see that car drive into the water and then just turns into a boat and it's fine.
All right, well, the Crew 2 is out on March 16th. It's looking like a lot of fun, and it's very, very pretty.
Thanks a
Very, very
lot.
cool game.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks for coming by the show.
Take care.
Stay tuned, more to come from IGN Live at Gamescom, coming up next.